Hey YouTube, welcome back to another video. Apologies for it being a little bit of time between my last, but I did say that there's no real sort of concrete schedule at the moment. I'm still kind of finding it hard to sort of paint every day. It's more a case of when it's nice and sunny and I've got a nice beam of daylight, I'm more motivated to paint than when it's dark and I have to, turn the light on. In fact, actually today I've had to turn the kitchen light on because it's so dark. So basically, I'm here to show you my next iteration of the figures that are kind of based on, or loosely based on, an old BBC sci-fi show called Blake 7. And I've kind of got around to doing the crew, the crew pack that I had. Now I think I've got all the characters correct, and there were a couple that caused me some confusion, but I'm pretty sure I've got them all correct. So let's get going. So I'll basically show you those guys. I'll quickly show you at the end, because I want to try and make these videos fairly quick because of uploading times. A Hero Forge figure based on my character from our Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay campaign, which I ended up getting done from Hero Forge. And yeah, we'll call it a day there. And I might show you the 3 figures that I picked up from that are kind of based on another franchise that you might be able to guess from. Anyway, let's get going. So first, let's get going. These guys, they took me quite a long time to paint, probably because I was trying to sort of hunt down like colour schemes that A, I liked, and B, kind of matched the figure. Some of them I copied off of pictures of other people's versions of them, and others I found pictures of. So this guy, I think, is supposed to be Blake, or a character called Blake. Pretty cool. Nice pose. And sort of the quite sort of gaudy, the gaudy 70s-esque style of clothing, and the really weird blasters that they had. Next up, let's go for this chap. This guy took me a little bit of time to work out who he's kind of based on. I think he's based on a character called Gan, who's kind of like a muscly-esque type guy, the sort of the muscle of the group in the first sort of season. I think he ends up getting killed. So yeah, Sam is pretty cool. Again, I've actually copied his. I couldn't find many pictures of this guy, so I copied his scheme from another chap's photos that I found on the internet. Next up, we'll go for this guy here. Now, this guy I think is well, there's no doubt about it. It's got to be him, or based on him. A guy called Vila. And he's kind of like the techno sort of thiefy type guy. And I think that box is like the first variation of like their sort of robot-y thing. The AI sort of brain that they carry around. Kind of looks like a cold carrier. That's probably what it is. So yeah, it's him. Again, couldn't find many photos of this guy in this particular sort of outfit, so again I copied this from another person's style, or loosely based on. I think I changed a few things, but yeah, I think it turned out pretty cool. So that is him. Then we have the first of the ladies. So this is, I think this is supposed to be a lady called Callie, and she's kind of like the, I think she's supposed to be like psychic. Pretty cool. Then we have the second female character, and this is I think it's Jenna, and this is kind of based on I did actually find a picture, and it's kind of based on the same chap that I copied other colours off, although again it's just slightly different. So that is her. Then we have this chap here, who's, I think he's supposed to be Avon, or based on him, and he's kind of like the sort of the scoundrel. You're never quite sure if you can trust him 100%. But quite a cool figure, and I did actually find a picture of this sort of outfit, and it's very similar. It's not quite exactly the same, but it's very similar. And then the last two characters, well, there's three I suppose, but two characters in a box. So let's go for this character here. These are based on characters that I think come in the second season, I think. So we have this lady here called Danya, I think. And this is kind of based off a photo. And then finally we have a guy called Tarrant, or second to last. A guy called Tarrant, who I thought at first was another version of Blake, which I thought was a bit odd. Why would they have two versions of the same guy? And I was just sort of sitting there looking at them, and I thought, you know what, he kind of looks like, because I've got the sort of like the second set that you can get where they're kind of based on them in like the later seasons. And I think I was looking at this guy, and I thought, you know what, I think this guy could be him. And in the end, I worked out that it was supposed to be him. Well, again, obviously based on him. But again, found this cool picture of him wearing a sort of almost a sort of Han Solo-esque style outfit, with the sort of black waistcoat, the white shirt, and the black trousers. Pretty cool. I'd probably say this guy's one of my favourites actually of the group. And then finally we have the sort of the AI brain type thing that this is kind of based on. Now, loosely based is probably the correct word, because this is actually supposed to be like, if it's actually meant to be the actual thing that it's based on, which is a sort of an AI brain called Aurak, which they sort of come across in this sort of second season onward. This is he's in a sort of a completely clear perspex box, where this obviously isn't clear. But I did actually you can see that where I've actually forgotten to sort of trim it down. I stuck a piece of like clear plastic over the top to make sort of like a glass top, and I forgot to trim it down to size. You can see that, so it's just slightly bigger in places, or either that or I just put it on a little bit crooked. But I just need to go around that with a scalpel a bit later. But yeah, it does the job. I'm pretty happy with it. It's literally just a little metal box stuck to a base, but again, like I say, all these guys I plan on using as either characters or sort of NPCs in Core Space. I was really happy with how they turned out in the end. They did take me a fair amount of time. I think it's just because I'm not used to sort of painting like civilian-y clothes, particularly from like the sort of the era. So I was sort of struggling on sort of, to tell the truth, I was kind of struggling on pictures actually. I mean, there's lots of pictures around, but just not very good ones. And obviously I wanted to sort of, but I mean, I did think about just doing them custom, but I thought, no, you know what? I think I'll try and get them as accurate as possible, so that I can use them as what, perhaps what they're intended to be. Because, like I say, they're just based on rather than being official releases. So that is that's that. That's been the majority of what I've been doing the last sort of 3 weeks or 2 weeks. And the final thing, I'm trying to keep this the length of this down. Is I might have mentioned that me and a friend started doing Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay with just 2 of us. So you know, basically one person is the games master and one person is the you know, plays their characters, while the GM also plays 2 characters and a 3rd character. And I used like a proxy figure for her for the first adventure, and I decided to actually get a character done based on her character for from Hero Forge. Now I have 2 characters. I have one who is a sort of a Bill Hook-esque type guy who I managed to use a War of the Roses figure for. But I proxied a sort of like a female hussar for her, first of all. And after the first adventure, when we decided that, yeah, it was actually quite good fun and it kind of works, I decided to go ahead and create a figure for her. And this is her version on foot, because she's supposed to be a sort of light cavalry career. So she basically comes in. I actually got her in 2 forms. I've got her on foot, and I've got her on horseback as well. And you can see that I've carefully matched up her equipment, so it's basically the same figure. And she does come with a single lance, which I managed to even model that. But I think for my first time on Hero Forge, I think I created some pretty cool characters, and I basically I just bought the STLs and got them printed by a company over here, which saved me a whole bunch of money, basically, because the STLs from Hero Forge are like $8, and I think it was like maybe £5 plus a few quid postage to get them printed. So yeah, that's my roleplay character. So that's all I've done in the last sort of 3 weeks. Now I have actually picked up 3 more sort of 3D printed characters, which I plan to use for Core Space. They really appealed to me, and you might be able to guess the sort of franchise that these guys are based on. But they're really cool characters. So here's the first one. They're on sale as well when I brought them, so that's even better. I did, however, decide to go for 32mm on these guys. I don't know why. I think I should have stayed with 28s myself. But apparently the official scale of Core Space is 32mm. But they're they go for like a thinner sculpt. So in that sort of respect, they would kind of still fit in. However, obviously based against a 28, they're a little bit bigger. I don't know. I mean, maybe I should have went for 28 with these guys, but anyway, that's the first one. Really cool. Here's the second one. And if you haven't guessed it by now, then that'll probably give it away there. So there's this guy again, really cool character. I thought I could use him for Core Space. And then finally this chap. Again, really cool and definitely usable for Core Space. So yeah, that's it. That's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. I managed to keep it down this time. It's 24 minutes last time. It's 14 minutes this time. Anyway, have a good one, everybody, and I'll catch you all on the next one, which will probably be... it depends. I need to sort of hunt down a horse for her, actually. I need to... I'm thinking about perhaps getting a Napoleonic horse for her. A metal horse. I did actually get one printed for her, but it wasn't particularly good. So yeah, let's hope I can find a horse for her. Anyway, that's it. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye-bye.